need to. They can't just operate in a vacuum because it takes its toll. You know, so the movie, it takes a more mature approach with telling that story, and that's where the movie is strongest, I'd say, you know?
And I also just think that there's like a little too much going on in this movie.
Yeah, a little bit. They could have dialed some of the shit back.
You can totally say that about the last film too, but again, it's just all about how you juggle things.
Yeah.
And I don't think that they were as successful in this one at juggling all the different plots going on as they were in the last one.
Well, even the last one, there were a couple characters they could have done away with to tighten things up. They didn't need to have Blizzard in there.
The third one is far from perfect. But like, it still just to me was more of a crowd pleaser than this one.
Absolutely.
People love Spider-Man.
And people like Tom Holland as Spider-Man too.
They do. And so those ingredients are there. Once you couple that with word of mouth, a Spider-Man movie is going to do really well.
Yeah,
it always will.
Yeah. Was this movie peak fire? I don't know about that. I don't know about these fucking 10 out of 10s, man. They get thrown around so liberally.
Yeah.
Did I think this was bad? No. Did I think it was amazing? No. Maybe a little better than okay, ranking-wise. I actually went to 6 out of 10.
Okay. I thought you were going to like be like 6.5.
No.
Yeah, I'm going to give this a 5.5.
Okay.
I think I liked it a little less than you. I was like complaining about things.
That's what makes this fun.
I was never really bored.
No.
But you do feel the runtime towards the end.
Yeah.
It's not horrible, but I don't think I'd ever watch this one ever again. I just don't care.
No, I'd rather watch No Way Home again.
I agree with that.
It seems like they were trying to world build a little more in this one. Well, I guess a lot more considering Jean Grey. You know, oh, here's Yelena in here a little bit, and you know, it's just shit that they might be teasing for bigger films coming, you know, Doomsday or whatever. This is where they choose to introduce the first main film mutant with Jean Grey, and she's fucking whatever. She's a child.
Oh, but that's the other thing too. Like, and I don't understand you guys. Like, the mutant should have been part of this fucking series since 2008, when Iron Man 1 came out.
Yeah.
There should have been mutants. And I get why?
Yeah.
Because the rights with Fox and everything so fucked up back then, and things have been sorted out a little bit more now. I understand. And all that, but this entire series has been absent of mutants. And now they're just going to throw them in, and you guys are going to accept it.
And you're going to bring in actors who play these characters in the Fox movies, and you're going to bring in like different versions from different time periods.
So
you see the trailer for Doomsday, and look, there's James Marsden as Cyclops again.
Right.
And now you have Sadie Sink as Jean Grey. So what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, like is she supposed to be the Sophie Turner version of her? Like, I don't. There's so much shit going on. It's all going to be shoehorned in, obviously, because everything is multiverse. That's the way they're going to like have the X-Men spill into the MCU now. But I don't buy it. I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
It's too late.
Yeah.
I'm over these
You've got
movies.
different actors playing different versions of these characters, different ages.
Yeah,
and now, how are you going to bring them all in? You're going to try and bring them all in now? It's like,
And to top all that off, the Fox timeline was always so fucked up as it
yeah,
was.
it was all over the place.
So there's just all this shit where it's like exhausting to even think about. It just bothers me that, I get to see Wolverine again. I get to see
the 15th time.
I get to see them all again. That's enough for everyone to be like, this is great. This is 10 out of 10. Yeah, fuck that.
Okay.
Fuck these movies. I'm just too old for this shit, man.
I think we aged out a little bit.
Yeah.
Like we peaked at Endgame and we're like, okay, that was actually great. You built that up really nice.
Overall, even though
for the most part,
yeah,
you had some misses in there,
yeah.
but for the most part, you structured it nicely and you ended it, and it was earned.
A rainbow rating. As we mentioned before, you have the morally superior police captain or whatever the fuck she was.
And her kid, whatever was going on there.
Yeah, whatever. So there's some of that stuff in there. They don't really shove it in your face that much.
No, they don't.
But it's there. But hey, there is a moment though, kind of going back to Zendaya and like the whole, oh, you had no right thing. At one point in the film, which is actually a pretty good moment, and you don't find this out until the end of the sequence, but Jean Grey takes over Mary Jane and plays along with Peter, and she's just like, I kind of remember you, and like all this stuff. Peter just kind of loses it, and they like kiss, and then it's revealed that it's Jean Grey. And
it's
like,
pretty decent scene. Yeah,
it's fucked up, and it shows like kind of what you were saying earlier, like how fucking evil
that she's
she is.
not a good person.
Yes,
she's not
exactly.
a good person forced to do bad things.
Yeah.
No, she's going out of her way to be bad.
Yes, but anyways, later on in the film when. After Peter and her have their like heart to heart, he says to her, I just want you to know that when Jean Grey was in possession of you, I kissed you, but I didn't know it was you. Basically, I'm sorry I didn't get your consent.
There's a little moment. She's like, thanks for telling me. I appreciate that.
She's like, thanks for telling me, but like still kind of like scolding him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I miss when movies were fucking normal.
Yeah.
When that didn't even have to be a conversation whatsoever.
Or if it was, it would have been something like where it came up like, oh, maybe next time I see you, Spider-Man, I'll kiss you. And he's like, who says we already haven't? And then he would have swung away, and she would have been like, wait.
My heritage to keep me clean. Keep the devil watching over me. Save me. Save me. Less than before I walk.
Okay, so I fiddled around with OBS a little bit to change my overlay for my vertical strain to have my HUD show my map kills. So I have like two overlays cropped on top of each other, etc. However, I've noticed that in order to make sure that I have the audio of people's death bombs, but I need the desktop audio because for whatever reason, if I do the audio through the application option on OBS, then I can't get the defcons, which is messing up my clips. I don't have to like clip them separately from OBS and it's a whole convoluted thing. So in order to circumvent that, what I've done is that I've changed the I've got rid of the Warzone application source on OBS. I've now replaced it with just my first monitor. So similar how I have a second monitor source, I've now created a first monitor source because I play Warzone on my first monitor. And I think that will fix it. However, the new problem is, I'm wondering if you think there will still be a way for me to do that, but still separate Spotify audio from my YouTube stream, but keep that audio available for my Twitch and Kick streams. Like, the way I've got it set up now is that Spotify audio doesn't play on my YouTube stream, obviously for copyright reasons. But the way I've set up my desktop audio source now, I'm wondering if that's even a possibility to do, since now essentially what's happening now is that all my audio from my desktop is being played from the game. Whether the fix to do that maybe isn't OBS related, or is it something that it would require, like, I don't know, some people have a streaming PC. I have like a separate setup for streaming, another streaming PC. I don't have that, but would I require that in order to do this? Yeah, let me know. Obviously, if it's not possible, then I'm just gonna have to farm it. But if it is possible, then give me some tips on how to do that.